Oh, it's a big school of them, biggest school of them. I'm looking at the biggest muddy. That's tea for us. You know, like the travelling part of it's good, but it's what you get up to. That's where it's at. Do I get them both? No, one's chasing the other one. Oh, right in the shallows. They were like in ankle deep water. This year's going to be something else. Alright, it's time to get this trailer out. Got to pull it out, hook up the boat trailer to the quad, and then yeah, get this big boy out of the road, and then I can get the boat out of the road and quad at the same time. She's looking smicko, all hooked up. Even sits pretty level now. It wasn't that unlevel before, but now I put them other leaves in, it's no sagging and either, so the boat trailer's lifted a little bit and she's looking pretty goddamn good. We've had to hook it up, hook the lights up because I did the changeover, so I put the new tail lights on. Like I was showing you, had them new lights to put on, so I did all that. Had to cut the old ones, join them all up. Wanted to do that before the actual day I left, just in case something was wrong and I could fix it. They're all working. Yeah, seems to be sitting good. Gone through, pumped up all the tyres, done all that. On the ute as well, and the trailer, the spares. So all that's done. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. For those who are wondering too, one of my mates from Adam from McKay, he did the 10% GVM upgrade for me. So now the ute was 3.4, but now I'm up to 3.74. So it yeah, it just allows me to have that quad on the back of the ute. But yeah, also I had to do a lot of valley work to keep the weight down as well. So that worked out good. I got that done a few years back now, or a couple of years back when I yeah, last did the trip. So I noticed that with the old setup, my GQ, you know, it wasn't too bad, but you realise like the boxes I had on the GQ were like, they were probably about all of 2 mil thick, if that. You know, just them boxes you get from Super Cheap or whatnot, which they were good, they worked really well, but you don't realise how much extra weight's in an actual canopy when you get the canopy built. So that's why I had to, yeah, just do that. Yeah, just to jack it up a bit. So it gave me an extra, what, 340 kilos or something. So it's good there, empty. They're, what are they, 280, I think they are, the Yummy. That's why I did have the old, a long time ago, I got one of them CF Motos, what was it, a 500. But yeah, it was an extra 100 kilo, so couldn't do it, unfortunately. so I had to go back to the old Yamaha. So this is the 450 Kodiak. I've had to make a few changes. Not taking the Yeti anymore. Hear me out, because I end up making a decision. We're leaving the Yeti, rolling with just the bait bag, because that goes on the quad anyway, so gonna make do with that. Taking the Yeti out just to drop a bit of weight, but I've put in the collapsible boat trailer, which all up weighs 38 kilos. So the reason why I'm taking it, I've got a quad trip I'm feeling I'm going to be doing whilst I'm on this trip. So taking the quad out camping, which I do need a trailer to fit a bit of extra gear on board. And well, this, when the ute's set up, you know how it's set up, it's just going to stay there, and I'm not going to want to pack it up just to put the boat in. And the easiest way to do it is with the quad, because there is a bit more to this boat trailer. She is a little bit more heavier in some sandy spots, so it's just easy enough just to pack this trailer up. It takes 5 minutes to put it together, throw the boat on this trailer, and I'll use this trailer here to launch the tinny when need be. And like I said, the biggest reasons is I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a quad camp trip, so it'll make life easier. So that's, I left the Yeti. Up the front we'll start, so just put a mat down for this trailer, so alley on alley, when it rubs, it does damage, so I always put padding between that. Anything really, anything that can rub, I don't want it to rub, but especially alley on alley. Under the floor deck, just same stuff like before, anchor, oars, safety gear up here, just got a bit of tackle. Underneath it is the rest of this boat trailer, so just the pins and the rolls and that for it. And up top, the main part of the boat trailer, it all just slides into each other, so that's worked out real good, and it drops right in. Sitting on top of the old crash pad, the swag, and then behind it, a couple of the crab pots, a couple of red claw cherubim pots. Back then I got the wheels for the actual boat trailer. They reckon they're the heaviest part of the whole trailer. I think they're 8 kilos each, which is still not that bad. Tried, you know, when I've packed it, I've tried obviously wanting a bit more weight back over the wheels and that, because I do have the spare tyres up front. So I'm pretty happy how I packed it. I've thrown it on the little scale I've got, which I think I am sitting about the 60 kilo. Which is not too bad, because with my guesstimation, so I reckon I'm sitting at about the 600 kilo, I think, with everything in there, and including the trailer and the mods I've done, adding bits and pieces. So like I said, it's only a small tinny, 2-stroke outboard 15. And then going along, obviously the bait bag, and at the back I just got me cast net, empty fuel tank, and that battery, which is what, 10 kilos I think, about 12 actually. And because I am running the boat cover, I'd rather have a boat cover to cover, you know, out of mind, out of sight, but more just a bit of protection too. You know, if I do cop a bit of rain, it's going to take a little bit more to wet me bed. So it covers it up, it's good, keeps it nice and dry and half what safe, not as easy just to walk around and oh yeah, I'll have that sort of thing. But because of that, I won't be having any fuel in the jerry can, and I do have the battery in there, which the battery is surrounded by stuff too, so that should stop, you know, if something happens, should stop any sparks from being able to be in the open. But yeah, I'd rather not have any fuel in there, not with a cover on. Even though these ones have vents and that on there, it's probably more when you're sitting still. That's, you know, obviously when it's bad, because it sits still and the fumes can just hover underneath being trapped. Last thing I want is a melted boat and burnt gear. Got the jerry cans on the side. I'm going to have one fuel, one water, and then I've got 2 fuels on the ute as well, so I've got plenty of room for unleaded for the quad and the outboard. But yeah, that's pretty much her for my fishing gear. I've been asked a few times in the past about what I use in that, so I'll give you a quick look anyway. Here's one. I got this off a mate for a good price. It's a little Akuma on a, what are they, Insanity, Pelagic Extreme or whatnot. But yeah, it's a good little size rig. I more use it for like live bait, flicking. As you see, what I've got a lure on there now. Yeah, bit of a jack of all trades. They kind of all my rods are a bit of a jack of all trades. Whatever's getting around is whatever I use them for. So that's one. This one here is a diver. What is it? 150 HS. It's on a extreme. It's on a Team Diver black rod, which I really like this little combo. It's nice and light. I use it a lot for flicking. It's a 2-piece rod. The other one was a 1-piece. Yeah, it's a good all round, and best little mod I did to it was put a power handle on it, you know, a decent size. So, geez, really nice for flicking. Same thing, depends on what's around. If they're going for liveys, I'll put a livey on them. Best thing is having two similar, like the last one, the Akuma, and this one is, so one I can have a livey on, and this one here I can just keep walking the edges, flicking away. So that's that bad boy. And I got this one. I like this one. So this is a cal cutter. So I've always wanted a cal cutter, and I finally went out and got one a good few years back now. It's a 400B. I've got to spool it up. I've just had a service done on it, so it's handy. She's all running smooth again, so I'll show some line on it. It's on a, what is it, a Savage Gear rod, Stealth, so it's a pretty tall rod. This one here, I more use it for live bait. I want a nice tall rod. It's just good when it sits in the back of the quad. I just like it up high, you know. It feels like it keeps it out there for me. A bit like having a surf rod, I guess. But yeah, it too, it can be used for flicking. I have used it for flicking when we were fishing for them big queenies that were getting up and down the coastline over in WA there. So I have thrown, you know, a big lure on and flicked him out. Goes good. But ideal, I like it for, yeah, live bait and that. I like it. It's a good little setup. And then I've got, the other day, I couldn't not. My mum's neighbour just up the road here, I was on Marketplace and I seen he had a rod for sale. I thought, beauty. Because where I'm going, to the Han River to go fishing, I wanted a bit more shorter rods so you can walk along the river and, you know, watch out for the trees and that. And it's a nice little bait caster rod. So it's a Wilson Blue Steel. So what I was going to do was put the little Akuma on there so I can go walking, but I think I'm going to have to get another reel for it now. It's just, you know, it's got to have its own reel, I feel. It's a nice rod, not two, so I'll probably look around just for a small one. It'll be good for, like, you know, it's actually a solid rod, 6 kilo rod, so but yeah, I'll still use it for little stuff, looking for whiting or brim or stuff like that, you know, flatties. I just like it. It's nice little light, so I'll put a nice little light reel on it, so it's good for just holding on to it all day and just flicking away. But if that one doesn't work, a few years back I found one of these. It's like a little dash rod, little chopper rod. So dash rod sitting on the front of your dash, you know, it's all of probably a metre and a bit. So I'll just throw a little reel on that, and that might even be the way to go if you're walking up the river. But the only thing is, when you are up the river, I still like to have a bit of flick, because you are in them tight positions. So the longer rod, when you're in a position, I feel is nice, because I can have it, I don't know how to say it, probably a little gambling then, but yeah, you can flick it a bit better. That's the only downfall about having a small one, but can get in them tight spots as well. So I'll show that one on board. I haven't used it yet, it's always been there, but just in case. So yeah, they're the rods I use. My favourite one, I don't really have a favourite one. Whichever one catches me the fish that day is my favourite one. But yeah, I like to use all different ones, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go take this chute out the front and load this quad up.
Pulling out of that KOA on the road in our Chevrolet, turn right at the Texaco, then anywhere we want to go, I know I'm gonna get there next to you. And baby, I know wherever we go, got the wind at our backs and the sun coming through our windows. down the tread on four wheels. High on life and loving you, we can do whatever we want to. Finally as free as we feel. And I'll go down this road if you steer.
She sits in there pretty good. Just had to see how I go because I changed this front up a bit. What I might end up doing is getting a light bar. So the light bar sits underneath it. Underneath this awning, I can bring it forward a touch, but it sits in line. So she's pretty cool. Didn't even budge it. Sitting nice. Well then, strap him up. Alright, so what the last 2 months we've spent doing all them little jobs and adding things and fixing things and getting things ready, and now we are all packed and ready to set sail in the morning. What I gotta do is obviously fill a water tank. Quad's all strapped down. All the boxes are full, got all the gear. Fishing gear's in. Ready to take off. Surreal. All that time doing everything, and now she's all come together and packed up and gonna get to test it all out. Trailer's all packed, strapped down, covers on, that is tied down, got a cover for it. Only a cheap one, but it'll work for now. Mad. I am definitely keen. That's the other side. So tomorrow we're taking off and we're going to, so we are, where are we? We're up around Townsville. So we're in the Burdekin, so we're in the air, it's just below. Tomorrow we're going to take off and we're going to go all the way down to the coast. I'm going to stop at Mackay. Going to see some family, catch up with a few friends hopefully. I'm not going to be there not going to be there long this time around, but I am coming back. And then I'll go all the way down to Serena and that. So I've got a lot of mates and that down there. This time around, just want to catch up with some family. I'll actually be meeting Mum down there as well. And then, yeah, spend a few, I'm not sure how long I'll be down that way for, probably a few nights. Dart around. I'll be head out to East Point, out of the harbour and that, have a look. Then taking off from there. Then we're going to head north again. So I'll probably stop around just north of Townsville for a little bit and then set up camp for a little bit up there and figure out if I need anything else. Well, I can grab that as I keep trucking north. But then, I'll see you out there. Cheers guys, catch us in the next episode.
Thank you.